Welcome to the Bookworm Duo, where we explore a variety of books. Let's get started.
All right.
Today we are unpacking a story that is equal parts family drama, high-stakes crime thriller, and just a masterclass in narcissism.
It really is.
We're talking about The Devil's Daughter by Danielle Steel.
A fascinating read. And I think before we even touch the plot, we have to look at the engine driving this whole thing.
Okay.
At its heart, this book is just a brutal case study on nature versus nurture.
Absolutely.
We have two sisters raised in the exact same environment on an Iowa dairy farm, eating the same food, breathing the same air.
And they turn out to be different species entirely.
Yeah.
It's the ultimate control group experiment gone wrong. You've got one sister, Wilhelmina Billy, who is all empathy, all intellect, just the golden retriever of humans. And then you have Michaela Mickey, who is essentially a velociraptor in high heels.
That is a terrifyingly accurate description, and it brings up a huge question right off the bat. Is badness born or is it made?
Right.
Because in this book, the answer seems to lean so heavily towards born.
It does, because usually fiction gives us a reason for the villain, right? There's trauma, neglect, a misunderstood childhood. But here, the why is, it's just not there.
It's just who she is.
Exactly. So we're going to track this timeline chronologically today, from a very lonely graduation at MIT all the way to a bloody execution at the Bel Air Hotel.
The themes here aren't just about sibling rivalry. They're about the pursuit of artificial beauty, unchecked ambition, and the specific kind of chaos that happens when a person completely lacks a conscience.
So let's set the scene. We start with Billy, and honestly, the opening image of this book is just gut-wrenching. She is graduating magna cum laude from MIT. I mean, we are talking top-tier genius level. This should be the best day of her life.
But the scene isn't celebratory at all. It's desolate. She is standing there in her cap and gown, surrounded by happy families popping champagne and hugging.
And she is completely alone.
Utterly alone. Her mother, Virginia, who was her only advocate and, source of love, she passed away years prior.
And her father, Jim, and her sister, Mickey,
didn't even bother to show up.
That is so cold. I mean, MIT isn't exactly a small deal.
No. But the book makes it clear that, to her father and sister, the farm, and just their own self-interest, took precedence.
It establishes Billy's baseline immediately. She is described as small, serious, wears T-shirts and jeans. She's an observer.
But more than that, she's so emotionally isolated. She's just clinging to memories of her mom and her childhood best friend, Tom Carter.
Yeah, let's talk about Tom for a second, because he seems to be her emotional anchor here, even though he's not actually there.
Tom is crucial.
Yeah.
He represents, the road not taken for Billy, a connection to goodness, and the farm that isn't toxic.
But he's physically absent.
Right. He's serving in the military in secret operations. So without him there, Billy's just adrift. She's brilliant, but, brilliance doesn't keep you warm at night.
And that vulnerability is exactly what makes her susceptible to what happens next.
It is.
Because while Billy is struggling to find a job in Boston, facing rejection after rejection despite her credentials, we get introduced to the other side of the coin. Mickey.
She's in Los Angeles.
Yay.
She dropped out of high school, skipped all the hard work, and went straight for the glamour. She's modeling, or trying to.
But to understand Mickey, we really have to look at the backstory. There is a specific incident on the farm involving a dog that is, well, it's a litmus test for psychopathy.
The dog incident. This is the moment I put the book down for a second. It's so cold.
It is. So back in Iowa, Mickey wants to sneak out to a dance. She steals her father's truck, backs over his favorite dog. Kills it, and just keeps driving.
She doesn't stop. She doesn't cry. She doesn't panic. She goes to the dance.
And this is the kicker. She blames it on Billy.
And the father believes her. That is the dynamic that defines their entire existence. Mickey is the golden child, the beauty, the prom queen. She learns early on that her appearance and her charm are a get-out-of-jail-free card. She just weaponizes her father's favoritism against Billy.
It's classic triangulation. The narcissist, the enabler, and the scapegoat.
Yep.
So when we fast forward to adulthood and Billy is desperate for cash and a place to live, it's almost tragic that she accepts Mickey's offer to move to LA.
It's the fly flying directly into the spider web because she has nowhere else to go.
So Billy packs up her life, which is mostly boxes of books, and flies to Los Angeles.
And the visual contrast here is so cinematic. You have Billy looking like a kid going to camp walking into this apartment.
And let's talk about that apartment, because for someone who thinks she's a star, Mickey isn't living like one.
The apartment is shabby. It's not the high life yet. But Mickey...
Mickey is wearing thousands of dollars worth of Chanel.
This detail just stuck with me.
Me too. She's working as a waitress and a trade show model. The math doesn't math. How is she affording Chanel?
It's all perception management. She tells Billy she buys it secondhand or with tips, but the priority is clearly image over sustenance.
She would rather starve in a Chanel jacket than eat well in a Gap t-shirt.
Exactly. It shows where her values lie, surface over substance.
So while Billy lands a serious job as a lab tech at Cedars-Sinai doing actual science, contributing to society, Mickey is purely hunting.
She's hunting for the big break.
And tragically, for everyone involved, the big break walks in wearing a white coat.
Enter Dr. Alexander Addison IV.
Even the name sounds expensive. Dr. Alexander Addison IV. It sounds like he should be playing polo with Prince Harry.
It's designed to sound that way. It's a carefully constructed persona. He claims to be a Harvard-trained society plastic surgeon who relocated from Palm Beach to L.A.
He's handsome, he drives an Aston Martin.
And he's opening a clinic called Bellissima.
But he doesn't do surgery. That's the quirk. He performs these non-invasive miracle treatments using secret formulas.
Which, in the world of dermatology and plastic surgery, is usually a red flag the size of a billboard. Right. Legitimate science rarely relies on secret formulas. But he claims to have revolutionized the industry. And he needs a face for his campaign.
He sees Mickey, and it's instant.
Oh, yeah.
This marketing campaign is where the story shifts from a family drama into a full-blown crime caper, because the scam they pull off is just audacious.
It's almost funny if it weren't so unethical. They use before and after photos of Mickey.
But not in the way you'd think.
No. Usually you take a photo, wait 6 months, take another. Here, the before photo is a digitally aged version of Mickey to make her look 40.
They add wrinkles, sag the skin, gray the hair. The after photo is just her.
Just Mickey as she actually is, a 19-year-old girl.
They are literally passing off a teenager as a preserved middle-aged woman to prove the miracle works.
And Mickey's totally fine with this. She lies about her age, says she's 34, and everyone believes it because she carries herself with this icy, mature sophistication.
It really speaks to how much people want to believe in the Fountain of Youth. They see what they want to see.
And for Mickey and Alex, this kicks off a symbiotic relationship. Meet greed, if you will.
Meet greed. I love that because it really is transactional. Alex seduces Mickey, or she seduces him. It's a bit ambiguous.
Right, and she becomes the ambassador for the clinic. And the lifestyle upgrades are immediate.
She moves into his Bel Air mansion. We're talking private jets, yachts in St. Bart's, parties with the Hollywood elite.
And we find out Alex is laundering money from Korean and Hong Kong investors to fund all of this.
So it's not just the clinic money, it's deep criminal enterprise money.
And this is where we see the final severance of the sister bond. Mickey is living this high-octane life, and she just cuts Billy out. She actually tells Billy she's just jealous and to stay away.
And she admits to herself she doesn't love Alex. She loves the lifestyle.
The access. It's pure utility. But while they are popping champagne, the reality of Alex's secret formulas starts to catch up with him.
Right, you can't fake medicine forever.
The cracks in the foundation. He starts getting registered letters at the office.
And he's not opening them. He knows what they are. These are women claiming his treatments disfigured them. We're talking counterfeit Botox, liquid silicone injections that migrate or harden.
Faces ruined.
Faces ruined. And Alex's response is to lock the letters in a drawer and ignore them. It's the ostrich strategy. If I don't see it, it's not happening.
Which brings us to the moral divide of the story. Because while Mickey is living in this house of cards built on disfigured faces and laundered money, Billy has found something real.
Yes.
She meets Jason Bell.
Jason is the grounding force of the novel. He's a crime reporter for the LA Times. He comes from a loving, normal family in New York, the complete antithesis of the Banks family dynamic.
And what I love about Jason is that his reporter radar works on people, not just stories. He meets Mickey exactly once, and he instantly dislikes her. He just senses she is evil or soulless. He tells Billy, I don't like your sister.
And that's hard for Billy. Even though Mickey has been awful, that blood loyalty is hard to break.
It's a very common thing for abuse survivors defending the abuser because they're family. Yeah, she tries to defend her, but deep down she knows Jason is right.
And the tension really ramps up when Jason gets a tip.
Naturally.
Being an investigative journalist, he starts digging into Dr. Addison after hearing whispers about these lawsuits and disfigured women.
Yeah.
And what he finds, well, let's just say the Harvard degree is hard to verify.
This is the mic drop moment of the investigation. Jason discovers that Dr. Alexander Addison IV does not exist. The man playing him is actually Angelo Alvarez.
Who is,
Yes,
to not me guess, not a top-tier surgeon.
Not even close. He is a former hairdresser from Miami with a criminal record.
A hairdresser, from blowouts to Botox.
Exactly. No medical school, no residency, no license. He's just a guy who went from styling hair to injecting people with God knows what. It is pure fraud on a massive scale.
That is terrifying. It taps into that primal fear of who is actually holding the needle.
Oh yeah, he's injecting people with silicone and counterfeit drugs.
So Jason realizes the stakes are huge. He has to publish this. But he hesitates. Why?
Because he knows it will destroy Mickey's life too. She is the face of the brand. She's living with him. If Alice goes down, Mickey goes down.
So he asks Billy for permission, essentially. He asks if he should pursue the story.
And this is a pivotal moment for Billy. She has protected Mickey her whole life. She took the blame for the dead dog. She moved across the country for her.
But despite Mickey's cruelty, despite the fact that Mickey told her to get lost, Billy has to make a choice: public safety or family loyalty.
And she chooses public safety. She says yes. She realizes the truth must come out to stop him from hurting more people.
But, and this shows her character, she tries to save Mickey one last time.
She does. She asks Mickey to meet her at the Bel Air Hotel bar, tries to warn her. She doesn't give away the whole investigation, but she tells her, "I'm hearing bad things, be careful."
And Mickey's reaction?
Explosive. It is exactly what you'd expect from a narcissist being challenged. She accuses Billy of being jealous, claims Billy just can't handle seeing her successful.
And she throws money on the table.
Actually throws cash at her sister and storms off to her Bentley.
Throwing money at your sister who is trying to save your life, that is a special level of delusion. She refuses to believe the ride is over.
Denial is a powerful drug when the reality is too ugly to face. But then the article drops.
Jason publishes the expose, The Rise and Fall of Dr. Addison, and boom, the house of cards collapses instantly.
It's total swift justice. Alex is exposed as a fraud. His assets are frozen. The police, led by Lieutenant Dan Kelly, get involved.
And crucially, the investors, specifically the Korean investors whose money Alex spent on that yacht trip, are not happy.
That's the variable Alex forgot. You can scam patients, you can scam the medical board, but you do not scam money launderers. That's a dangerous game.
Precisely. So Alex and Mickey go on the run, sort of.
Sort of. They're hiding out in a bungalow at the Beverly Hills Hotel. Alex is panicking. He knows the investors are dangerous. He knows his life is on the line.
Mickey?
Mickey, on the other hand, is mostly just worried about her future and her wardrobe.
The priorities are fascinating. So the climax is brutal. They walk out to the hotel driveway to meet what they think is their ride. Maybe an Uber, maybe a getaway car.
But it's not.
A car pulls up, two men. One steps out and bang, bang.
Executes Alex right there in the driveway.
It's an execution. And in that split second, Alex does something interesting. He pushes Mickey away.
He does. And we can analyze this forever. Maybe it was to save her. Maybe it was just a reflex. Or maybe he knew the hit was only for him and he didn't want her in the crossfire.
But he takes the bullets.
He's dead on the pavement. Mickey is covered in his blood, but physically she is unharmed.
Now, if this were a typical redemption story, this is where Mickey would break down. She'd realize the error of her ways. She'd be traumatized.
She'd weep over the body of the man she loved. But Danielle Steel gives us something much, much darker.
This is where Mickey truly reveals her nature. She's sitting there, police arriving, covered in the blood of her lover.
And in the police interview, she instantly flips the script. It is a masterclass in manipulation.
She plays the innocent victim card.
Perfectly. She tells the police, "I was just a 19-year-old girl he lied to me to." She throws Alex completely under the bus.
Claims she knew nothing about the fraud, nothing about the fake medical license.
Nothing.
And the police, they buy it. They see a young, beautiful, traumatized girl. But then she asks for her severance package.
This is the moment that defines the book for me. It's the moment where you realize she is truly unfixable.
She asks the police if she can keep her clothes.
The clothes. Her boyfriend just got assassinated in front of her. His blood is probably still drying on her skin, and she is negotiating for the Chanel.
Unbelievable.
And they let her keep all the couture clothes Alex bought her because they classify them as gifts rather than assets purchased with stolen money.
So the victims get some of the estate, but Mickey walks away with a wardrobe worth hundreds of thousands of dollars.
And she feels, what, sadness?
Yeah.
Regret? Zero. She feels zero sadness about his death. She's just thinking about her next move. She has her armor, her clothes, and she's ready to deploy. It is a transactional view of human life. Alex served his purpose. Now he's gone. Next.
It is chilling. She just moves on. So the aftermath, Alex is dead. The victims get settlements. Jason is a star reporter for breaking the story.
But amidst all this victory, there is a quiet tragedy for Billy.
Yes. While the chaos of Alex's life is resolving, Billy learns that her childhood friend, Tom Carter, the one person besides her mom who really loved her, was killed in Syria on a mission.
That broke my heart. Why include that tragedy right at the end? It feels like piling on.
I think structurally it's very important. It reinforces why Billy clings to Jason. It strips away her last link to the past, to the farm, to her childhood.
Okay, that makes sense.
She needs that genuine connection, the kind she had with Tom and her mom, and she finds that safety now with Jason. It solidifies that her future is with him, not her family.
It cuts the last tether to the old Billy.
Right. And meanwhile, Mickey lands on her feet. She decides to leave for Hong Kong. Remember those investors she met through Alex?
The ones who likely ordered the hit on Alex.
The very same.
And she doesn't care.
Not at all. They offered her a job or an opportunity and she takes it. She books a flight to Hong Kong to start over. It's pure survival instinct. She aligns herself with power, regardless of morality.
And we get to the final scene.
Billy goes to the airport to say goodbye. She just wants closure. She watches the passengers boarding the plane.
And she sees Mickey. Mickey is walking down the jet bridge. She knows Billy is there watching her.
But she refuses to turn around.
She just keeps walking. Cold as ice.
It's a powerful moment of realization for Billy. She finally accepts that Mickey is incapable of love, that she's a sociopath, or at least so damaged she can't connect.
And instead of being crushed, Billy feels liberated.
That's the key, isn't it? She walks away with Jason, finally free of that toxic family dynamic. She realizes she can't save Mickey, and more importantly, she doesn't have to.
It's a cynical ending in a way. The bad seed gets away with it. Mickey goes off to scam another day in Hong Kong. But Billy gets the better prize.
Normalcy, love, a life without constant drama.
It really flips the script on the usual redemption arc. We expect the villain to pay or to change, but some people just don't.
That's the deep dive takeaway here. Danielle Steel is telling us that sometimes there is no fix. Nature wins. Mickey was who she was from the moment she backed over that dog, and Billy is who she is.
It's a reminder that sometimes the most dangerous people aren't the ones with the guns, but the ones with the perfect smiles, the fake medical degrees, and the inability to feel anything for anyone else.
And the Chanel. Never forget the Chanel.
Never forget the Chanel.
Well, that is a wrap on The Devil's Daughter. A wild ride from the cornfields of Iowa to the plastic surgery clinics of Bel Air.
A cautionary tale about checking your doctor's credentials, if nothing else.
Indeed. Thanks for joining us. Subscribe for more bookish adventures and hit that like button if you enjoyed the ride. Don't forget to share the knowledge, spread the word.